Well, I'm at the park. I'm at a different park. Cole and I are out here for another walk. It's like 20 degrees warmer out here. The sun is at full force. We're at a different park. This park here, they got volleyball net. People playing volleyball. And this is my favorite park here because I like this trail, because I seldom run into anybody on this trail. So we pretty much got it to ourselves. We don't have to run into any other dogs or any other people or anything, you know, because I like to let Cole run loose. And people tend to frown on that, you know, which I don't blame them. I used to be one of those people, simply because people that have dogs are usually lonely people. People that don't get along with other people, so they have dogs. They use them as an icebreaker to meet people because they're socially awkward. And they can't meet people and just walk up to people and say hi if they're interested in somebody or something. They have to have a go-between. And there's no better thing to go between than a dog, because if your dog is running around loose, he'll automatically go up to people, and then you got a conversation piece, you know. But the thing is, I don't really like people. I don't want to be around them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to have a conversation with them. I just want to live at peace and enjoy my life. People bring drama, you know. I like peace and tranquility. I don't like drama. So people will let their dogs run up on you and use it as an icebreaker or whatever. I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. Don't use your dog as an icebreaker. They're like, oh, he won't bother you. He won't this. He is bothering me because he's sniffing my nuts. I don't want my nuts sniffed. And I don't want to have a conversation with you. If you didn't have that dog, we wouldn't be talking right now. So that pisses me off, you know. But yeah, here I am walking Cole, you know, and he's running around loose. He can run up to people. Well, I pretty much stop him from doing that because, like I say, I don't want to meet people. So if he runs up on somebody, I'll hit him with the call back, and I'll call him back with the collar. But yeah, so even if I didn't have Cole, I wouldn't be lonely. I'd be out here walking in the woods. I wouldn't do it as often because Cole gives me a reason to come out here, and I'm gonna walk at a much quicker pace if I got him with me than I would if I didn't have him. And it is better having him, being with him, than having, you know, walking alone. It is better, I'm gonna admit that, you know. So I can see that part of people wanting to have dogs or whatever. But it is better to have a little buddy to go places with and do things with, because most people don't want to do this. They don't want to go out into the woods and walk around and just look at things. People just want to sit at home and watch television or watch the news and all the doom and gloom. You know, every time I get down this hill here, it gets me. It's really steep. It gets me winded. Oh yeah, I got my bug out bag with me. That's why it's a little rough today. I got my bug out bag in my backpack here, and I'm walking with it, so that makes it a little rough climbing up that hill there. But if I get to a clear spot, I'll show you what my contents are in my bug out bag. I decided to wear it today because, you know, I didn't want the whole weekend to go by without me doing some serious hiking. You know, it was a little too chilly this morning. And I like to try out my gear. If nothing else, just take a hike with my gear with me. You know, that's trying it out too. Because something happens where you have to bug out, you know, which is the very last resort. The last thing I want to do, well, let me start over again. Okay, I've got my truck camper set up so that I can camp out of my truck, and I could live in it if I had to, and I've got it hooked up pretty darn good to the point where I could live in it indefinitely, because I've got it so hooked up so that I could actually live in it, you know, for weeks on end. And that was my plan, was to deck it out so that I'd be able to spend the winter time in Florida, living in the back of my truck and camping out in campsites and stuff or whatever. But I have no intention of living in my truck full time and not having a home or a house to live in. I like having a house to live in. I worked all my life to get my house and get it paid for, and be able to enjoy it. And I don't want to sell it and come out here and be homeless and living in the back of my truck or whatever. You know, living in my truck is a good thing to do for a month or two at a time, you know, but not, you know, permanently. You know, people do that. That's not me. I'm a, you know, couple of months kind of person. I can live in my truck, stay in there for a couple of months. I haven't done it yet. I wasn't able to do it this year because it's the first year I built it. But next year, I'm definitely going to do it. 2 months, maybe 3. Depends on how things work out. But couldn't do it this year. Just didn't work out. But it's okay. I'll be better equipped next year to do it. But trust me, that's going to be a hell of an adventure. You guys are going to be loving that footage and everything. But anyway, like I say, I don't want to live full time in my vehicle. That is not my thing. I just want to stay in it for extended periods. You know, I don't want to, it's not to camp out and over the weekend. I'm not a weekend warrior. I'm a monthly warrior. Like when the weather gets bad in one area, I want to be able to go to another area and enjoy good weather. You know, I don't have to worry about, you know, paying for hotels or none of that stuff because I can't afford that kind of stuff anyway. So, just like my bug out bag. My bug out bag is just that. It's a bug out bag for emergency situation. It's like my truck is an emergency situation. If I had to live in it, I could, but I have no intention of doing so. And I don't want to. But if something happened where my house burned down or there was a war and we had to leave the area because of nuclear contamination or something like that, and I had to actually leave, I'd be more than prepared. I see a cardinal bird right up in the woods there. He's bright red. That's why I was able to see him. I think this cold's gonna scare him off though. But he's right up in there. I just happened to notice him because he's red. And he's up there in the woods, and red sticks out like crazy in this kind of a setting. So, but anyway, so we got that established. My truck is not my home. My truck is my home away from home. And my bug out bag is my last resort. If I didn't have my home or I didn't have my truck, my bug out bag is the next best thing. You know, if I got nothing else, which that's not an option. Well, I'd fight tooth and nail to stay in my house as long as I possibly could to the point where it will be life and death for me to leave my house. The same thing with my truck. You know, if I gotta abandon my truck and take my bug out bag and survive with just the bug out bag alone, you know, you better believe I'm gonna fight tooth and nail to hang onto my truck, whatever, you know. Now, of course, the truck could you know, the engine could die on it or something could, you know, catastrophe like that could happen to where I would have to abandon it. If that's the case, then that would be the case, you know. But other than that, I'm sticking with my vehicle, you know. So, but anyway, if it happens to where I need to bug out, you know, into the woods, which would not be a good option, I would want to be near places where I can get resources, you know, because though I have a little bushcrafting skills, they're limited, and I don't know how well I'd be able to survive out in the woods. You know, I'd do okay, I guess, for a while, but for any extended period of time, no, I'm gonna try to find some shelter in a building or something and still use my bug out bag as a complement to it, because I'm a modern human being. I'm not a caveman, and I can't live in caveman conditions. I want to live in modern conditions. Even if I gotta live in a burnt out building or something like that, or under a bridge or something, I want to have some structure around me. A tent just ain't gonna do it, you know. And I suppose I could make a shelter out of the woods, the brush and everything like that, wherever. I probably could do something like that, but I still want to be close enough to civilization to get some supplies as long as I could, you know, until I get myself established in a wooded area. I would probably try to migrate to warmer weather, because it would be easier to survive in warmer temperatures than it would be in hotter temperatures. I mean, in colder temperatures. And so that would be what I would do. I'd probably try to make my way south. And I'd probably try to stay in one spot. I wouldn't be moving around too much, because traveling is very hazardous, because no matter where you go, you're going to be encroaching on somebody else's land, somebody else's territory. And if things are that bad, they will kill you simply for trespassing, you know. So that's a problem. You don't want to be trespassing. If you got to go through somebody else's territory, you want to do it as quietly and as stealthily as possible. You don't want to be seen or heard, because you're not going to be welcome. Because things get bad, people are barely going to have enough to survive themselves. They're definitely not going to be in any mood to give charity to some stranger or somebody else walking, you know, into their territory, you know. Which brings me to another thing. If you're black, which I happen to be black, you know, it's not a good idea to be walking around through farmlands and up, you know, through woods and stuff on people's property, because us black people, we got a really bad rap, you know. And unfortunately, because of the media and because of the way people think, and because of the way a lot of us are, a lot of black people, the way we are, we're animals, a lot of us, you know. I mean, plain and simple, you know. We can be some of the most the least. Don't go in that water, Cole. I gotta stop it short here because I got people coming.